Here we go. Another big old common. I didn't have a fish yesterday, not a proper one anyway. £17 too. Again, taken on the choddy at range on a live system airball pop-up. Let's hope it's going to get a bit better again today.
Well, Steve's just had a couple of single beeps on his alarms, and next thing he's onto a fish. So he'll be happy because it's been very quiet this morning and he's lost a couple lately, so it's going to make the dimmer a happy man. His shadow's next to him, look. It's my shadow and me. And here we go.
Okay, Richard. Right in there then.
Been a very rainy morning, haven't been able to get out much, haven't really been able to do any stalking without getting wet. But the sun's come out really warm now, which is nice because actually we're starting to feel a bit cold.
Wait.
Here we go.
Wait. Got it. And lift. Well done.
Got one in the net. Well done, guys.
You're ready. There we go. First one of the day. It's nearly dinner time. It's been a bit slow. 14.5 pound. Long, lean, fighting machine. There's obviously some herons in around this area. Got some big ideas. If you have a look on the top of this one's head, that is a heron stab. We'll give that a bit of a treatment because it's not very nice. In fact, it's infected. And I have no doubt it will recover from that perfectly. Put this one back in.
He was a heron with big ideas.
Well, it's Thursday today. It's been a bit quiet. We decided there's no French about, so we've come up on the top lake. A bit more room, we can spread ourselves out a bit more, and we've only been up here 10 minutes or so, and Margot's into a fish. You can hear them clay pigeon shooting in the background. It's quite intrusive, but not really a problem. Luke on netting duty. I think he might be a tad disappointed with this one.
Well,
don't go through my rods.
We're up on the top lake again this afternoon because it's quiet, there's nobody about. We've set a couple of different rods up as well as our carp rods. We've got Luke on the float rod. What do you call the one you're on? That's a float rod, isn't it?
Floater rod.
Floater rod. But he's just, his reel's just gone off fast and furious. We chucked some dog biscuit around. This looks like a good sized fish actually. It's taken about 3/4 of an hour for them to show interest in this dog biscuit. I've had a few little ones, but this one went off.
Up and down here.
You're ready. Carp though.
I knew that.
It's a carp roll. It's a carp float.
Oh.
Not also a green float.
You talking shit.
Oh, that's pretty. That's really pretty.
I don't know why he cocks it up for you. Nice netting. Oh, that is a stunner.
Yeah, it is.
We better go down to the mat. Okay. Well, it's not the biggest fish in the world, but when it looks like that, does it really matter? Absolutely beautiful. This side is superb.
It's just so golden.
Turn it round just to show how fish change. This side has only half as many scales. But what a pretty fish. It's been caught before, several times in fact. It's got lots of marks in its mouth. I'm sorry, I've got to turn it round again. That is what we go fishing for. What an absolute stunning little fish. It probably only weighs 4 pounds. Took a floater, right out the blue. What a pretty fish.
There's my shadow and me working together.
Right, I come down on a stone.
Whoa. Fish jumping all over at the moment. Looks like one falls to the end of my rod.
Same fish, I think.
He's caught a pasty.
I thought this was a big one when it went.
Got a lot of energy, the carp in France.
Good boy.
There we go. Another one in the bag for the dimmer.
There's an indignant little chap. He's been through the wars. He's been in a keep net by the looks of him. His fins are split. His mouth's split and repaired. But he gave a good account of himself. I thought he was going to be a lot bigger than that. Again, about 4 pounds. We come up here because it's a bit more fun. We just need to get some runs. Unfortunately, it's supposed to be Luke that's getting them, not me. But
Well, he saves his to PBs.
there we go.
Very pretty.
Bye bye.
This was set on my stalking rod with some sweet corn kernels, 3 in a row on a stringer. 10-8. Really happy with this one. That's really made my afternoon. There's something special about that rod.
He's a really little fat one. Look at him.
He's a beauty. Really
We've got a bit of a double header on here. Mine's £11. That one's probably more like 3. But what a pair of pretty fish. I'm quite pleased we came up here to the top lake today. Look at this one. What a stunner. What's yours like?
Really pretty.
Well, this is the most unusual approach. Dimmer seems to be sat down while reeling in a fish. The holiday really has got him very relaxed and laid back. There you go. You've seen it all now.
This is a very big fish.
Never believe what he says when he's got a small fish.
This is an enormous fish. And he's in the net. There we go, another little tacker. Let's just get him back in. That's why we're fishing the bottom lake normally. And after a lengthy wait, Luke is into his second carp of the holiday. Of his favourite top lake. Let's get this one in the net.
Good boy, good handler. Keep it tight now. Good boy. You want him in there. Oh!
Yeah, my laugh. How'd you feel losing that fish?
Gutted.
Bummer. Well, we've been up on the top lake all day today and not had much to show for our efforts. So I came back down here, put a bit of bait out, put my rods back out. Straight away this one's screamed off. £12.6, but look at this one. A proper common, deep, really pretty fish, not beat all to pieces. Fins are good, mouth's good, and a really lovely fish. I'm happy with this one. Well, another little one off the baited spot, off the particle that I've been putting in all week. Only £7, but look how long and thin it is. It's a proper wildy carp. Let's get him back in. There we go, another common, £13.14. This is Friday, it's our last day of fishing. We're going home tomorrow. Let's see if we can get one of these big ones out. I'm not complaining about fish like this. This one is perfect, it's in really good condition. But we really set our hearts on some real big fish, but we haven't had them this time. The fishing's been quite hard. Let's put this one back, get the rod back in, and have another go. That's not really what you expect to catch on a double 15mm boilie and a size 6 hook. He was a hungry little tench. This one weighs £13. It fought like it should be £30. Absolutely incredible fight. I'm exhausted, my arms are aching. I thought it was going to be so much bigger. But what a cracker. That's another mirror, £9 too. We're having a few fish this morning, but they seem to be getting smaller, not bigger. We put up a hell of a scrap for a little fish. Quite a pretty one too.
Oh, I'd love to get this one. He's been teasing me for days. Just looking at me, and then when I put anything in the water he just goes down deep. Very shy. I'm about to do some stalking. The only thing is my baits are on the bottom. String of sweet corn. Some chances are fairly remote. There's another one behind. He hangs around with the big boys, this one, apparently. See what happens. Well, Mr. Orange Trout has disappeared now. I've put all the bait out and dropped my line in. Very sensitive to humans. Although he does seem to be tormenting me all week, swimming in close proximity to me. I've watched him swim right under my feet when I've been sat on the edge of the bank right here. So annoying. But he hardly ever gets caught. My only hope is that he's hanging around with the big boys. I wouldn't mind getting one of those, although that might be quite a task on my stalking rod. See what happens now. The fish seem to know that we don't fish this end, so they kind of know the threshold at which we can cast to. And I noticed the last few days they've been up this end quite tight, so hopefully we'll be able to bring one out. There's some movement over there now. This is what I love about stalking. You sit quietly and you see so much more. When your carp rods are on the pod, you don't see anything of what's going on just before you catch. It's just a waiting game now. They've got to be comfortable with the fact there's no one around. But I know they're lingering around here, and the water's warmed up the last couple of days with the sunshine. Whereas they haven't been up this end, because over here is where the water comes in from the top lake. So when it's colder, they're just not coming up this end. And the water's about 4 degrees cooler than it's been previous years at this time of year. It's so peaceful up this end, it's untrue. See what happens. Just seen the orange one coming close to my line. God, that would be so... There he is, look, there he is. Right in tight to the edge. God, if he starts feeding on my stuff, that'd be fantastic. Really strong enough. Hope Steve's tied this one well. Because if it goes off, it's really going to test me. There he is. I don't know if I caught that on camera, but the orange one, I thought he'd taken my line. He hadn't, he just swum past it. Unnerved himself. Just hope hasn't put him off. May have to sit this one out a bit longer, yeah? I clearly love the hemp and the sweet corn. Steve's been cooking it freshly every other day. Great big burner in the shed of the place we're staying. Just cooking it fresh. Whereas last year, oh my, so much movement. Last year we brought some cooked with us, but it started to ferment after a few days warmth and without being able to chill it. Weather just hasn't been right for stalking up till now. It's been too cold. The sunshine's really switched them on. I think they were getting wise to where I am. Look at these two babies. Really enjoying the sunshine. See what we can do here, huh? He's a long one. Well, I've just moved areas because I think they were getting wise to me, and chucked a handful of Steve's corn and hemp mix in there. See the lily leaves moving. Probably can't make it out, but there's a carp right behind there feeding. You can tell by the ripples that I think he's actually coming up and feeding there. My bait is just in front of that. See what happens now. Finally, after a couple of hours stalking, finally managed to get one out on my stalking rod. I've watched loads of them swim around me, including the golden trout, but this one took my corn. Happy lady. Let's get it put back.
You deserve that one.
Well, we've just got back from the supermarket having done our wine stock up for the year. The sunshine's come out, it was drizzling this morning. And 10 minutes on and Steve's into a fish. I don't know what magic he works, but he works some kind of magic. Must be the scent of himself on the boilies, I reckon. Makes an attractant. Bring that one in. Bring that one in. Right in. Quick, quick, quick.
Forward them. are you doing?
What fish is it?
I'll tell you when to live. Come on. Oh, how about this one? They don't come much prettier than this. I'm sure there are a different strain of carp up on this top lake. They're real scaly, really pretty fish. This one would look out of place on the islands. It's only £5, scrapped like it was much bigger fish. So our last day today. Let's hope we can catch a few more before we gotta go home.
I've heard about the caveman in Normandy. One's just come on the edge of the woods, look. I think he's digging for truffles. Very strange looking fella. Very engrossed, not at all scared of us. I'm curious to know what he's after. I know the Frenchmen pay good money for truffles. Very determined. Very scary. Oh my god, what's doing now? Very curious indeed. Oh no, he's coming this way. That's blooming scary. What's he doing? He's in my rods now. Oh, I'm gonna run. I'm frightened.
There we go, still on the top lake. I think we're going to move back down the bottom. Looks like it might rain, but this isn't what we came to France for. Pretty little fish, but they're just really not what we're looking for. At least they're averaging double figures down the bottom, if they are a little more few and far between. Let's just slip this one straight back in.
Well, wasn't quite what I had in mind, but it's a tench. It's £2 10 ounces. Very pretty. I'm told by Steve a male because of the lumps here. But yeah, there you go.
I think it's your first ever tench, isn't it?
I think it probably is actually. I can't remember catching one.
I like tench, they're pretty.
Yeah, nice fins, yeah. Okay, single live system boilie, £16 bang on. Oh, so pleased with this one. It's been a really dry day in terms of fish for me today. Really happy. Let's get him put back.
Well done, baby, you deserve that one. Behaving now. So.
This water's really quite warm, you know. Thank you, darling.
We've had a great week here at Etang Du Moulin in France. We've caught quite a lot of fish, not as many as last year. We haven't had any really special fish, certainly no 30s. We've had a couple of 20s. Luke's managed a new PB. So that's it, the end of our holiday. It's time to go home. So that's it from
Cooking and carping
In France.
Au revoir.
Well, just packing away in the Moby and my alarm goes off screaming. £11.6. Really nice finish to the holiday. I think this is probably going to be it, but you never know, there's still 2 rods left out. But let's get this one put back. Cooking and carping.